Hello and welcome, day 28 in our reading through the book of Acts, and today we are looking into chapter 25. And I'm excited that I'm able to share from verses 18 to 19, and you'll understand the context so much better once you read chapter 25. And also reminding yourself of everything that happened up to this chapter. But just to give you a little, context, we have this governor called Festus talking to King Agrippa, providing some details and information about this person that he put in prison called Paul. And, as we read verses 18 to 19, we see that, Festus is not truly convinced and he doesn't really understand why Paul needs to be in prison. And he's making the statement that, the claims that these religious leaders are making, they don't seem to be so severe. What is all the drama about? Why is this such an important point for these religious leaders? Verse 18 reads, "When the accuser stood up, they brought no charge in his case of such evil as I supposed. Rather, they had certain points of dispute with him about their own religion and about a certain Jesus, who was dead, but whom Paul asserted to be alive." And I think as we look into verse 19, it is an important point for us to ponder because it is relevant for our context, our society, and our time. I'm sure that you have engaged with friends and, even maybe strangers who are non-Christians, and you talked, and maybe the question came up, so you're a Christian, but aren't all religions the same? And I think some of us may even have a hard time to truly distinguish and explain to them what the differences are. But we need to be able to do so. Because I think this world knows about Jesus. A lot of people have heard about Jesus. And, the historical figure of Jesus has been well documented. We have historians who, speak about Jesus who existed. And also in other religions, we have Jesus being mentioned. As an example, in Islam, the Quran mentions Jesus as a prophet, and he's called Isa, and he's mentioned over 180 times, directly or indirectly. But it is not enough just to know about Jesus, the historical figure of Jesus. It's not just enough just to think that Jesus was a prophet, because they're missing out on the most important part of who Jesus really is, the divine nature of the God-sent Son who came into this world in obedience to the Father, who died for me, for my sins on the cross, but who also defeated death and who gives me new life as he reconciles me with the Father. And I am now able to not just have a new perspective on myself, a new perspective on life, but he changes the trajectory of my life. He sets me free. And I think it is important that we are able to explain this, because to this world, it may just look like that all religions are the same, but they are not. Fundamentally, there's something very, very different about Christianity. There's something that is radically different about the person of Jesus. And I think you and I, we need to be challenged as we read this to be able to explain to this world who Jesus is. And we need to be able to do it in a great way, in an easy way. And I think we need to be passionate about this, because this is what drives Paul, not just in his ministry, but as he is right now in this process of being trialed. And this is why he's making his case, that he's saying, he's insisting, I want to go to Caesar, I want to go to Rome, because everywhere he goes, every time when he meets people who don't understand who Jesus really is, that it is not just a matter of some people saying he's dead and he is making the claim that he's alive. Everywhere he goes, he gives a witness. He shares the gospel. And for him, what drives him to Rome is to be able to stand before Caesar to share the gospel with him. And I hope, and it is my challenge for all of us today, that we would also be driven by this passion, to explain to this world that not all religions are the same, and what the difference is about Christianity and what Jesus has done for you and also for me and for this world.